Hey, what's up guys, and today I've got a video I've been meaning to make for quite some time. So this is Crossy Road, and at its core it's just a simple Frogger clone, but over the last couple years they've done a lot to try and keep people interested. So jumping right into the main screen, you'll see we've got a fairly simple and easy to use interface. You can just tap to start jumping, and you've got a couple buttons towards the bottom. First on the left you've got your character selector, and this is definitely one of the selling points of this game. You've got categories up at the top, and as you can hopefully see, there's an incredibly vast selection of characters to choose from. Now you've got a couple options for unlocking them. You can pay real money if you really want, or you can unlock them by collecting coins and using those coins to pull the big lever, which lets you win random characters. Other than that, there's a few small buttons off to the side, which include a button to start searching for an Apple TV to use with their pretty cool multiplayer mode. Now I haven't actually been able to try this out since I don't have an Apple TV, but supposedly allows you to play multiplayer with your friends using an Apple TV and an iPhone or iPad. Below that there's a link to their online store, and what seems really amazing at first but actually ends up disappointing me a great deal, and that's the record button. Now I'm all in favor of being able to record gameplay, but if there's no export to camera roll button, then it's really of very little use to me. Luckily there's iOS 11 to solve all of my life's problems. So oddly enough, you actually have to die to get to the rest of the settings because, you know, simplicity. So in here you've got all sorts of things you'd expect to see, but what's actually pretty rare with mobile games is the option for adjusting the graphics. Now obviously you're not going to want to turn any of those off unless you have an older device, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Last but not least, you have a button to share a screenshot from your tragic demise, and also a button to access the leaderboard. Now periodically you'll get free coins that'll go towards unlocking more characters, and you can also choose to watch short video ads to earn extra coins. So as far as gameplay is concerned, you'll see it's pretty straightforward. You can tap to jump and swipe to change directions. Something you might notice is there's actually a variety of different maps that correspond with the character you're using. Because of that, I really have no complaints about the map variety. It'll definitely keep you on your toes. Another thing that's really cool is you can play in either portrait or landscape orientation, and you can switch between those at any time. So when I first downloaded this game quite some time ago, what really stood out to me was how well optimized it was. Everything was really smooth even on slower devices, and on top of that it looked really good. Now like I mentioned earlier, you can turn off shadows and enable battery saver, and that will definitely help it run smoother, but as you'd expect, it definitely won't look as nice either. And I'm not trying to say it's super slow, but it doesn't stand out as a really well built game like it used to. Luckily though, there's a good reason for that, and that's because they've added a lot of features since the early versions. But to be completely honest, I do think it's more important for a simple game like this to perform well on iPods and even older iPhones because of who this game is targeted at. All my complaining aside though, I do really love this game. I'd give it a 5 out of 5. It's managed to hold my attention for years now, and I do think that has a lot to do with all of the additions they've made. So today's question of the day is, how do you feel about companies rethinking classic games? Is it a cheap way of coming up with a game idea, or do you think it makes use of what would otherwise be forgotten? Let me know by tapping the I, and don't forget I post new videos every single Sunday, so I'd definitely like to see you back next week. But until then,